Let's begin on our backs. Feel free to bend your knees. You can rest them in or open them out or just have your legs straight, whatever feels best for your body. And your arms can rest out away from you with the palms up, or you can bring one hand onto the belly and one onto the chest just to guide the breathing. And if you're comfortable doing so, please close your eyes. Taking these first few moments just to settle into the ground, settle into the practice, settle into the body, and begin to feel your breath. And with a soft belly, you can start to deepen the breath, breathing fully into the belly, feeling the walls of the belly expand out as you inhale, and relax back in as you exhale. Breathing now from the belly up into the ribs, so the breath is longer, fuller. And then completing our three-part breath, breathing belly, ribs, chest. And then we'll bring the knees to the hands, resting each hand on each knee, and begin to circle the knees around away from each other so they're mirroring each other, not going as one unit. And see if you can maintain that nice deep three-part breath and just let the movement coordinate with the breathing in some way that feels right to you. And then reverse directions. And then let the knees open out. You can hold them from below if you want, or rest the hands on the inner thighs, or just inside the knees, just wherever you feel most supported in the stretch. The feet will just hang in the air. Stay connected to your breathing. And then just bring the feet down, have them touching each other, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. Rest your hands on your inner thighs just to suggest a little letting go. Just allowing the legs to melt beneath the weight of the hands. Imagine that the breath is so deep that it reaches your hands. And then release the hands. Bring the knees together. Plant the feet shoulder width apart. And bring your attention to your lower back. And imagine that there's the face of a clock at the sacrum, and that the tailbone is the number 12. And then you can imagine filling in all the rest of the numbers of the clock. And then slowly begin to circle around so that you're pressing down into each number on that imagined face of the clock. Just rolling your weight in a circle. And then next time you come to the number 12, reverse directions. Then next come to number 12, you can rest there. And then working just with the numbers 3 and 9, going back and forth. But see if you can do that without rolling your knees right and left. So it's all just in the pelvis. And if you've just joined us, we're visualizing the face of a clock at our sacrum and pressing down into the number 3 and then the number 9. It's almost like the hips are stepping. When you press into the number 3, the left hip lifts. When you press into 9, the right hip lifts. So we're not doing that by rolling the body side to side, but kind of this up and down motion. And then come to stillness. And then we'll just tilt, going from 12, letting the lower back arch off the ground, and then 6, letting the tailbone curl up and the lower back press into the ground. Just going back and forth like that. Moving the pelvis, the hips, the low back. And then the next time you're pressing into the number 6, the tailbone curled up and the low back pushed into the ground, hold it there and lift the feet. And then continue to have the lower back pressing into the ground as you lower the feet down. And you'll see how the back will want to arch, and you have to fight against that and then lift back up. We'll just do a few of these. I know we agreed not to have it be a hard class today, but it's always good to just stabilize the back by engaging the abdominal muscles. So again, as the feet lower, you want to try your hardest to keep curling the tailbone up and pressing the lower back down. Let's just do 2 more. And then we can hug the knees into the chest and let the belly relax. Even though the thighs are toward the belly, really let the belly expand and breathe fully. And then we'll bring the left leg down. Send the right leg up and clasp your hands behind the back of the leg. Point and flex the foot. Pressing up through the heel, reaching up through the toes, maybe closing the eyes and really letting your awareness rest in the sensations in the foot. Almost like your mind is inside the foot. And then we'll hold the flex position. Take a deep breath in, and then on an exhale, lift your head, slide your hands up. And if your head is not happy doing that, then you can just take the same posture with your head down. And then if your right leg is straight, go ahead and straighten your left leg. Good. Now, drop your elbows so that you have even more weight on your leg with your hands. So letting the shoulders drop back, letting the arms be heavy. And then we're going to take a long in-breath. And then we're going to take in an extra sip of air on top of that. And then on the exhale, draw the belly all the way in. As you inhale long, lift up through the crown of your head. And then take an extra sip of air in. Exhale, belly to spine. And continue like that, lengthening through the crown of your head as you inhale, a long breath, Don't shorten it because you anticipate the extra sip. Take the full length of the in-breath and then just take another bit more. Keep the foot flexed, the shoulders and elbows relaxed down. Good, and if your head is lifted, lower it down. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Bring the right hand to the ground. And then just aim that right leg over to the left, not so far down that the right hip comes off the ground. Stay grounded in your right hip and just let that right leg stretch out to the left. Turn your head to the right. Feel the breath coming all the way in. Feel it going all the way out. Roll over onto the outside of your left hip, bringing the right foot all the way to the ground. Those of you who can reach the big toe with your left hand, feel free to do that. And then we'll relax the left leg. Again, the head is turned to the right. See if you can connect to the breath, kind of winding through this twist. And release your left hand. Lift your right leg up. And point and flex the foot as you lower the leg down. Once the leg has come down, just relax the legs for a moment, reconnect with the breath. And then bend the right leg, foot on the floor. Lift the left leg up, hands clasped behind the back of the leg. Point and flex, reach and stretch. And then hold the flex position. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift your head. Slide your hands up, or leave your head on the ground if you prefer. And then if your left leg is fully straight, you can straighten the right leg. And flex both feet. And then as you inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Take an extra sip of air on top of that inhale. Exhale, draw the belly down toward the spine. Inhale, lengthen, deep breath, an extra inhale. Exhale, relax. Let the elbows be heavy, let the shoulders drop back so the weight of the hands is heavy on the leg. And then just continue. Nice long inhales, nice long spine. Extra sip of air. If your head is lifted, lower it down. Send the left arm out to the left. Bring the right hand across to the outside of the left leg. And just lean that leg over to the right, keeping the left hip on the ground. Turn your head to the left. Go as far to the right as you can with the leg without lifting the hip. Maybe feeling how the deep breath kind of grounds your hips to the earth. And then roll over onto the outside of the right hip, letting that left leg come all the way down. You want to try to bring it as close to your right shoulder as possible. So the foot can come easily to the ground if it's away from you, but you want to try to lift it up toward the wall behind you. And again, if you can hold on to the big toe with your right hand, go ahead, and the head is turned to the left. The breath is full and deep and slow. Feeling as though you're breathing into your left shoulder. And then letting the shoulder relax down. The right leg is relaxed. And release the right hand. Lift the left leg up. Point and flex as you lower the leg down. Once the leg comes down, just take a moment resting both legs, resting in the feel of the breath. And then bring the knees to the chest again. Cross the feet at the ankles. We're going to rock lengthwise on our spine. Come all the way up. Flip over the ankles onto hands and knees. Just lining the hands or fists up under the shoulders, lining the knees up under the hips, and distributing the weight evenly between the arms and legs. And then on an inhale, the tailbone curls up, the belly drops down, the breath carries up into the chest as you reach up through the eyes. And exhale, tailbone starts the movement and rippling all the way up to the head. Last one. Come back to neutral spine. Keep the hips over the knees. Walk the hands forward. Dropping the chest. Maybe you rest on your forehead. If you can, maybe the chin comes to the ground. If you want to drop even deeper, you can turn your head and rest on one cheek. Keep the arms straight. Keep the hands parallel. Let the elbows come off the ground and then sink the shoulders down. See how the breath can still flow. Maybe not as easily, but perhaps just as deeply. If you're on a cheek, switch to the other one. If you're on a cheek, come back to center. And then lift the body, walk the hands in, round the back. Pushing the ground away, lifting the belly up. And then come back to neutral spine. Bring the hands one hand's length forward. Spread the fingers wide. Curl the toes under. Breathe in. And on an exhale, lift the knees. Push the hands forward. Press the hips back. Press the thighs back. Press the heels down. And roll the shoulders down the back. Roll the elbows down to the floor. Press into the index fingers and thumbs even more, stretching back longer through the spine. Belly, ribs, chest. Breathing. As you exhale and the belly lifts, the heart sinks, the head drops. And then walk the hands back to the feet. With soft knees, roll yourself up chin to chest. Coming to standing and lifting the arms up. Inhale and exhale the arms down. And again. And one more. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. Bring your hands onto your hips so that the first four fingers are in front and the thumbs are behind, and bend your knees. Good. Now try to keep your upper body still and then bring your hips to the left and then to the right. Hips to the left, hips to the right. So we want to try to avoid doing this We want to just move the hips without moving the upper body. Okay, now tailbone forward, tailbone back, tailbone forward, tailbone back. Okay, and back to center. And then we'll take circles. So you can imagine a pendulum hanging down from your tailbone, and that the pendulum is making this circular motion. And again, we want to keep the upper body as still as possible. Just let the movement originate in the tailbone. Keep the knees bent. And then circle the other way. And come back to stillness. Release the arms. Now we're going to rotate the upper body and try to keep the lower body still. So we're going to take the head and draw circles on the ceiling. But we're not just circling the head. You're feeling like your chest comes forward and then back. So it's the whole upper body circling, just leading with the head. See if the breath finds its way in as the chest opens and out as it drops, or whatever works for you. And then reverse the circle. Good. And then back to center. Let's work a little bit more with the spine. And so we've done the mid back on the ground. We did the lower back in the circles. We did the upper back in the circles. Now let's isolate the neck. So I'm going to come close so you can see this. So we're going to do this crane motion where we're going to bring the chin all the way down. Not just down like dropping the head, but really trying to bring the head down and then forward, chin up, back, down, and then down the chest. Forward, up, back, in, down. And then we'll reverse, bringing the chin in and the head back, up, forward, down, in, back, up, forward, down, Excellent. Good. And we can let that come to rest. And then we'll move the spine again in a twisting motion. We'll do a slow, gentle twist today. So again, feet kind of shoulder width apart, knees bent. And let's bring the hands up to the height of the shoulders. Take a breath in and then turn to your right, looking past your right hand. Press down into the big toe mounds. Lift up tall through your spine. Breathe up and down your spine. Use an inhale to come back to center. Exhale, other side. Reaching your eyes back past your left pinky. Standing up taller, pressing down through your feet. You're not locking your legs straight, but you're pushing into your feet and feeling that reverberate up into the crown of your head. Press down into your toes. Breathe up, belly, ribs, chest. And inhale back to center. Bring the palms to face each other. Let the shoulders relax down. See if you can feel the energy between your hands. And then place your hands on your belly. Relax the arms down. Inhale and reach the arms up. Interlace all the fingers except the index fingers. They'll extend up in steeple mudra. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, let the hips come to the right and the arms and head come to the left. You're welcome to rest your head on your left arm. See if the breath can come up slowly into the right side and make space there. Press down into the right foot and maybe use your left hand to stretch your right arm longer. Inhale up. Exhale, hips left, arms and head right. Breath flowing up and out and through. Inhale up. Exhale down. Closing the eyes. Lift the toes and spread them wide. Lower them back down. And let weight shift into your left leg. Feeling the body squaring off over that left foot. And feel the breath being deliberate but also relaxed. And then letting the eyes gently open with that same balance between intention to stay focused but ease in your gaze. And we'll lift the right knee up and bring it to the chest. As you pull the thigh in, roll the shoulders back and lift the chest. Standing tall through your left foot into the crown of your head. And release down. Closing the eyes. Feeling the stability on the earth. Lifting and spreading the toes and lowering them down. And then letting your weight shift over your right foot. So pay attention to the points of contact between your right foot and the ground. So you can see if there's more weight on the outside edge or on the back. Then you're not balanced on your foot. You'll fall in whatever direction you're leaning. So take these moments before you begin your balance to already balance evenly across the bottom of the foot. And then let the eyes open gently and really take your time to rest your gaze and then to rest your awareness in your breath. All these little steps are not dispensable. They're necessary. So as you feel your breath, you can start to lift your left knee up. Let your eyes lock in. Let your knee pull in. Roll your shoulder blades back. Lift tall through the crown of your head. And release the foot down. Good. Bring the hands together at your heart. We're going to lift the hands up through the face, and then once you get to the brow, you're going to clasp your hands and then press the clasped hands up. Now, we're going to reach up through the left wrist and then bring the left arm back and then reach up through the right wrist and then bring the right arm back. So there's a little bit of a circle motion going in the shoulders. One arm lifts higher, circles back. The other arm lifts higher, circles back. Good. Just breaking up the tension in the shoulders. Back. Don't forget to do the lifting, not just the circling. Okay. And come to stillness. Separate the hands. And then slowly bend forward with straight legs and a flat back. all the way down to the ground. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press your forehead toward your knees. Inhale, relax that. Exhale, press. Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. And then walk your arms over 45 degrees to the left. Inhale, exhale, press forehead toward knees. Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. Again. And then center and over to the other side. 45 degrees to the right. Inhale, exhale, forehead toward knees. Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. One more. And then come center. Press. Relax. Press. Relax. Press. Relax. And then bend your knees. Bring your hands to the ground. Lower. All the way down onto your buttocks and onto your back, keeping your knees bent. And then have the feet hip width apart with the ankles underneath the knees. Start with the hands on either side of the hips, kind of near the feet, palms down. And then press into the feet, curl the tailbone up, and then lift the hips. Keep lifting, letting the spine peel up off the ground. Then if you're able to clasp your hands under you, do so. And wherever your hands are, we're going to try to roll the shoulders underneath us. And if you don't reach your hands together, you can hold on to the outer edges of your mat and press forward with your hands in order to lift. And if your hands are clasped, then you want to try to pull your hands apart in order to lift. And then press forward through the feet, lift up through the tailbone, lift the ribs and chest. Breathe wide across your ribs. And release the hands, lay the spine down slowly. And then either lift your head and reach your hands past your thighs and press the belly to the back, or if you want, you can hold the hands around the knees and just lean back. And then slowly lay yourself down. Rest the arms. Lift the hips, tuck the tailbone. Release down. Release the legs, shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes. And then let the arms rest out, away from the body. Let the legs come to rest. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the weight of the body into the earth. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the weight of the jaw, letting the lips slightly part. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind, letting go of the thoughts, the images, the memories, the fantasies, into the feel of the breath, and letting go of the breath. So we don't need to breathe in 3 parts, we don't need to breathe deep or slow. Just trust the breath to take care of itself and to take care of you. And then just let the mind continue to observe the breath from this non-interfering curiosity, becoming more deeply relaxed, letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into your heart, move the fingers and toes, reach the arms overhead, take a deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest, rock from side to side, feeling the ground massaging your back. And then bring the soles of the feet together, the palms together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. Roll onto your side. Rest your head on your underside arm. Rest your body on the ground. Rest your mind in the here and now, taking in what this moment offers. Just letting yourself receive, not trying to make anything happen. not judging what's happening, just receiving. And then slowly make your way up to sitting. Let your head come up last. Come into any comfortable seated position. Sinking down through the sit bones. Lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale, lift the heart to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all to the chest. Namaste.